Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well this week. So today I'll be offering some insight on reasons why we tend to procrastinate. Now, how many of you struggle with procrastination? And how many of you have been struggling with it, particularly during recent months with COVID? Putting off that one thing that needs doing and distracting yourself with other things that seem more interesting. As a transformative life coach, this is one topic that I hear about a lot in my sessions with clients, and particularly over recent months with what's been going on, and a lot of people have been, of course, staying home with so many distractions around. The positive psychology aspect of transformative life coaching allows us to uncover the blind spots and gain understanding of what is actually in your way. Then what I do is I tend to lead you towards gaining clarity surrounding this new learning that we discover and identifying the possibilities to help you move forward and in the direction of maximizing your life's potential, which I believe is inside us all. So today I'll be providing a taster of issues that are often uncovered and identified during coaching sessions with me on this topic relating to procrastination. And I'll be giving some practical steps to help you move forward. So just a reminder, if you're interested in trying sessions with me, please drop me a DM and I'll get back to you with any details. So there are often two types of people. First, there's those who procrastinate so much that they actually never get that one thing done. And the second is those who are at the opposite extreme of that and push so hard that they become very unforgiving of themselves and feel like it's never good enough. Both are not healthy, just to be clear on that. But for the purpose of this video today, I'll be addressing the first point. So, there are usually two root causes which I've identified to do with procrastination. So the first is that the one thing that needs doing is just not inspiring enough for you. So basically you lack passion for it. And the second thing is the fear that if you attempt it, it won't be good enough anyway, so why start it? Both of these things stem from avoidance. Now, the first thing, lack of passion. Sometimes this is simply about mindset and perspective. If that thing is something that you have been passionate about before, but you seem to have lost it, I suggest that you think about whether this was caused by burnout. So, have you worked so hard and burnt yourself out? And is what you actually need self-care and rest before coming back to it, rather than just keep avoiding it and distracting? So self-care and avoidance are very different things. Or is it that you generally don't feel passionate about it and it's just not suited to you and it doesn't align with your values? And please bear in mind that I'm not talking about admin things like paying bills, which are obviously, they obviously require discipline and are essential things to discipline ourselves about. So the other thing that I'd raised earlier, fear of not doing it well enough. In relation to this usually involves a lack of confidence. And a feeling that if we attempt it, it probably won't be good enough. So we may as well not start it or attempt it. So here's the thing with that. It will never be the right time. You can keep waiting, but things will never be perfectly aligned. This is why we need to take a leap of faith and not see things in a black and white win or fail situation. Because no road is smooth, there will always be speed bumps, and it's all part of learning and improving. And without it, we would never learn and we would never improve. In moving closer towards our goals, we must be brave and take a leap and expect things to not go smoothly. The way I see it is that confidence isn't about knowing that you will do everything right and perfectly. Confidence, to me, is knowing that it won't be perfect, but doing it anyway. It's a brave and vulnerable act. And as Brené Brown, who's done a lot of research on vulnerability, to quote her, she's said, when you shut down vulnerability, you shut down opportunity. And vulnerability is the cornerstone of confidence. So without vulnerability, there is no confidence. Because at the end of the day, things will never feel comfortable. And this is especially the case when we're going through new ventures or new opportunities that are unfamiliar to us. So these things can feel especially uncomfortable, especially if they're unfamiliar. But avoiding them will get us nowhere and will especially not lead us towards our goals in any way. So we need to find the courage to do it anyway. And that's the only way that we can begin to move closer towards our goals. So the action steps that I recommend here is use the speed bumps and use the bumps in the road as learning an opportunity. So write those down and view them as positive learnings, not failures. Second thing I recommend is journaling each day the achievements that you've done well and that you're proud of, however small they are. So I recommend doing this consistently. So every day tracking the things that you've done well. We all need this reminder sometimes, especially because many of us often think about what's missing and in our knowledge or in our skills, and we focus less on trusting what we know. Now, if your issue is more towards lacking a passion for what you are procrastinating about, then I recommend first and foremost taking time for self-care and reflecting on the reasons for this. When we feel overwhelmed and when we distract, we don't have a clear mind. So self-care allows us the opportunity to reflect and become more clear on what we want and tap in more into our intuition and what we feel is right for us. If what we're fearing is change in direction towards something that we are more passionate about, that fear usually stems from lacking confidence, which goes back to what I was talking about earlier regarding vulnerability. You'll never be ready, and that's why you just have to do it anyway. On that note, I'll leave you all and have a wonderful weekend.